Globalization has been going on for a very long time now. We're having a pandemic in the midst of globalization. But we have to adapt and go through it together. Hello everyone, my name is Nativani and I am from SMA Negeri 2 Bandar, Lampung. I am very pleased to be speaking to you today about developing soft abilities with young creative ideas in the midst of pandemic and globalization. Ladies and gentlemen, every single individual has their own abilities. Each of them has different ways to develop it too. Developing skills and soft abilities has been everyone's obligation. It is not a change that can occur overnight, but it needs a long process that can take months or even years. It increases our abilities, potential, personality, and emotion so that we can grow a better version for ourselves. Many people out there use their skills for their life. Even though they are not good in academic, they still can be success by using those skills they have. Self-development starts from yourself. I always encourage myself to stay active for my development in the midst of this pandemic. As we all know, COVID-19 firstly appeared in the end of 2019, right? It caused quarantine in Indonesia applied from the middle of March 2020 until now. Based on the data from Wikipedia and other sources, COVID-19 cases in Indonesia are still in a dangerous amount. Schools are also held online, so we must burn our spirit more to stay active for our development in this pandemic situation. This pandemic is a very new situation that must be surprising to all of us, right? Learning to adapt with the new normal that has been enforced is not an easy thing that can be done quickly. We also have so many educational challenges in Indonesia during this pandemic. According to a survey by PERC, or Political and Economic Consultant, educational system in Indonesia is ranked 12 out of 12 countries in Asia. One of the factors is the quality of teachers who are still lacking. This pandemic situation is a challenge for every individual's creativity of using technology to develop the world of education. Building creativity means sharpening our mind, and it also increases our sense of self. In 21st century, the most important skills is the self-directed learning skills as an outcome of education. Of course, the teachers can look after our progress as effective as offline schools, right? So we have to stick to ourselves to achieve our goals. According to a survey by Stanford University, from 111 countries, Indonesia becomes the #1 country with the laziest people. This proves that laziness is still a big problem for Indonesians. We must change this. Don't let those lazy feelings to haunt us. We as a student should realize that self-improvement is also important for our educational system improvement. We can take advantage of globalization for our development. Although every single person has their own way to develop their skills and abilities, but I have some ways that you can do for your development. First, build up your confidence, because without confidence, you'll be reluctant to try something new, and it'll obstruct your development. Second, try to manage your time effectively, so you can use it productively, and you can try something new out of your comfort zone. Last but not least, learn from your experiences. This is a very effective way that you can use for your development. You can avoid and correct your mistakes in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, developing skills and soft abilities needs a lot of process that can take months or even years. Pandemic in the middle of globalization made us to be extra active for our self-development. From the previous statement, one of the bad impacts of globalization is laziness. Sophisticated technology made everything become easier. But don't forget that globalization also brings many good impacts for us. So we have to be wise to it. Ladies and gentlemen, self-improvement is also important for our educational system improvement. I remember Nelson Mandela once said that education is one of the most powerful weapons that you can use to change the world. I think that'll be the end of my speech today. Thank you so much for your attention and see you at another time.